What's up, everybody? Underestimated here, back with an NL50 session, grinding away here. Been a little while since we just did a little cash game session, so I figure we'll fire up the tables and see what kind of hands we get into and kind of go from there. Um, as previously noted in the last video, we're back on track at NL50, working our way up to our 10K bankroll challenge goal. Things have been going pretty well so far. So hopefully we can continue that and see where everything falls. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the videos. Um, if you have been, please leave a comment and a like down below. Hit that subscribe button. Really helps grow the channel. I really appreciate it. And helps us get towards that second goal we have of YouTube monetization. Looks like they've recently changed that for the amount of subscribers that you do need in order to be monetized. So that's great, but you don't get ads until you still hit the 1,000 subscribers. But there's a few bonuses once you hit 500, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, we're working towards that. So again, just hit that subscribe button. Really helps us out, and we really appreciate it. So down here we got 10-9. Check, just live in over this guy. Memphis just lives every single hand. So you don't really know what they have. It's, not a terrible strategy as long as you're doing it with any two cards, and that's what they're doing. Here with the queen nine in position, it's a pretty connected board. We have a very strong draw. We're going to bet out. We're going to bet big. Pocket sevens, we're just going to call. Here we're going to isolate with the ace eight suited. And we turn the best card in the deck for us, especially with two callers on board. So, ooh, interesting. I think we'll just call here. If we shove, Choco Rico is going to fold his flush draws. I'd rather see him bluff jam them potentially, or try to draw to them at a position. So we'll call, he folds. That's fine. And we're obviously not folding into any heart on the river. Could kill the action, but with pot size, I don't expect it to very much. So that's great. He's just got the short end of the straight. Nothing anybody can do there. Clear cut cooler. All good. Nice pot for us to take down, though. Earlier, we ran a bluff on this guy up here in the top left table, not buddies. Did not work out. He snap called, top pair, no kicker when the flush got there on the river after we called flop and turn. Here we have ace king. We're going to three bet, of course. So obviously you guys can tell, hopefully, anyways, we've got a new microphone, new computer, new camera, so the quality should be significantly better now for these videos. So hopefully that is, you guys can tell. So trying to invest in a little bit of the streaming stuff, so try to better our videos, see kind of where we land here. So anyways, we opened up the ace 10 suited. Yep. So, yeah, okay. Try not to show you guys the notes because I don't really think it's fair to any of the players here. So we'll try to keep the notes off the stream as much as possible. Here, the 9-7 suited. I don't mind just limping in here. Ace 10 suited. Three bet here. Basically four better fold for the most part. Call sometimes, and we're going to three bet the king queen off here against the hijack open. So yeah, we're working on that. I'm going to be getting a State Kings profile going here soon as well. We're looking to uh, get into some tournaments, uh, lower our variance, sell some action, and all that good stuff. I think, being able to beat NL50 cash games, I know tournaments are a little bit different as you get later in the game, but you definitely have an advantage whenever you're deep against the majority of tournament players. Probably up to like $200 buy-ins, less, up to like fucking 2,000 live. But Online, I would say you have an advantage up to $200 buy-ins, give or take, just because they don't have that same level of play as you do in a cash game in a tournament, especially deep stacked. Obviously, you have to make some adjustments short. When you're short, and you gotta kind of study those positions a lot. But we used to play a lot of GT tournaments in our time, so the the WSOP circuit here is back on WSOP. So we're going to be playing some of these events, I think. Definitely the side events and definitely some of the bigger ring events, depending what we can sell off on State Kings. We'll definitely be playing some of the $100 and the $50 stacks, that kind of thing. Kind of see how that all plays out. I think we're going to be doing some live vlogs here soon too. We're going to be doing a weekend trip, hopefully, in the near future, and get some live cash in at one of the casinos sort of nearby. But anyways, 8-7 off on the button. We'll open that up. Queen Jack on the hijack. We can open it for sure. I think we don't get three bet enough to make it a bad open, so we'll go ahead and do that. Pocket aces on table 6. Ace 6 suited in the big blind. We're just going to call, and we're going to fold here. And we pick up kings versus an under the gun open. No action with aces. Might raise, check raise the 8-6 suit, ace 6 suited here sometimes, but not this time. Queen 3, I don't mind 3 betting here. Big blind versus small blind. And this is a board that we're going to be betting quite often. Deuces against a 6x, a limp and a 6x. We're just going to get out of the way. 10-8 suited, that was a mistake. That's a raise. Flush comes in on the turn. We have pocket kings with the spade. I think I'll check back here. 5's a great river card for us. Obviously, no matter the bet size, we're calling. Question is, are we going to raise? I don't think we're beat very often. I think we have the best hand most times. Um, I think with that flush being out there, though, it's hard for him to call with worse, so we'll just call here. And he's just voted up, so nice hand, sir. And we flop top 2 on a monotone board. Just going to be check calling here. Great, great turn card for us. He does check back though. And then the jack gets there on the river. I think we're just going to check. Hopefully we can check it down. Ace king. We win with ace queen. Good. Kings did us no favors there, unfortunately. Okay, king jack suited. We opened. They called. Not going to be betting this board all the time, but we will sometimes. And 2 overs and a gut shot is definitely one of those times. So yeah, if you check back on the last video, you'll see that we've definitely been playing a lot better over the last, I don't know, 20,000 hands now, I think. 25,000 hands. Um, Beating NL50 pre-rake for 18-ish big blinds right now, which is really good. I think the rake is about 8 big blinds at NL50, maybe 8.5. So very, very happy with that result for the last 20K hands, which basically puts us at around 9 or 10 uh, big blinds per 100 post rake. So that's awesome. And then when you add rake back in there, which is 50%, we're really pulling about 14, 15 big blinds per 100 hands. So very happy with that. Definitely not going to complain. Had some had a bunch of coaching sessions in between. Really did a lot of studying, which has actually been a comment from quite a few people on kind of what we do to study. So I think I'll make a whole video on that down the road. Mostly though, it's just we have a coach. We post in on 2+2. We post in our coach's private Discord, and we review hands on Hold'em Manager, and that's really about it. Big hands, small hands. We whenever there's a hand that I'm questionable, or I lose a stack, or I win a stack, or I'm not really sure if I played it properly, we have a folder on the computer. It's pretty simple. We just save our hand to that folder, and off we go. So the sevens here, we're going to be three betting. Don't want to be calling much out of the small blind, especially at these stakes with the break. 10-6. Oh, where did this go? There it is. Fold that. That's so tempting. This is probably a good spot for a squeeze, so I think I will fire in with the limp raise. Choco Rick's gonna have a wider range there, isolating against the limper. And Ruby Jones is definitely an aggressive player, is capable of three betting light. So, okay then. I would suspect he has ace king like 100% of the time when he just open shoves like that. I doubt it's pocket aces or pocket kings ever. And obviously, we're not getting proper odds to call against, some overshove. So I still like our play though with queen jack suited. There are a ton of flops, and that would have been one of them where we cold four bet. Um, and if we did get a caller, we could have c bet flop and just jammed turn. Anything good for our range, and obviously we had the nut advantage. Being a cold four betting, we have all pocket kings, pocket aces, pocket queens, and of course maybe jacks very often, but sometimes jacks, maybe ace king suited, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I like our king 7-10 against this guy. Definitely a bit of a station I've been finding, but nothing too crazy. So we're gonna bet big here. As the three better, he called, of course. I would expect nothing less. 9 on the turn. Well, it gives so Jack Queen suited is obviously a part of the range, but he called awfully quickly there. So I would suspect he might have a hand like King 10 suited, King Jack, or King Queen a lot of the time, snapping the bet on the flop like that. But it's okay because we're just going to turn the nuts on the river. And then we'll have to decide if we're going to bet small for value or bet pot like we were bluffing. I think. What if he has an 8 though, or just a queen? I think we're going to go big. I think if he has a queen or an 8, he's going to call a lot anyways. Yeah, ace queen shoves over us, so king jack. Yeah, so that's good. I think that hand was played well. We um, three bet pre. That was good. Money in when we were ahead. Pretty standard spot to bet big there on that kind of flop. So I'm happy with that. And a Ruby Jones, you're checking to us, are you? If I had a queen, I'd be betting here. So we will bet small. Um, and Anyways, sorry, lost my train of thought. Anyways, we played that hand very well, I think. We you got to be aware of those timing tells too. A lot of the time, the snaps and the dragged out calls and the snap calls and all that kind of stuff can certainly mean things. Sometimes it means nothing, but there are lots of times where they can be a tell. So you got to pay attention to that for sure. And here it's a pretty wet board. Not going to be continuation betting it all that often, but this time we will. Um, and see where that plays out. Take it down. Ace 10 off down here. We're of course going to open that up. Queen 6. Um, yeah, he just snaps it and then check. We check back. See, I'm happy with all of that. I think when he snap calls there, he's not going to be folding to that through a turn bet very often. So I'd much rather check back there and either try to get there or try to get to showdown. And we're just going to value bet thin here with our 10. Queen jack off, we'll just call. 8-5 suited. So that's a fold. He checks to us. We're just gonna stab here with the queen jack, overcards and backdoor draws all the way around. Really, really good turn card for us. $55 big overlay on that, eh? So, and the king. All right, we're gonna fire big here and try to just get him out with a weak pair or an ace. You could definitely check call an ace. Definitely check call like sevens, eights, nines. Definitely could check call like jack queen like us or king X or something like that. Definitely could have picked up a flush draw and called. All right, I think we're gonna bet again here. I don't think he's gonna check a 10 on the flop. So unless he turned a king, he should fold. Yeah. So more than likely there he probably had the ace of clubs potentially, or like maybe the queen of clubs sometimes. But yeah, basically he's folding there unless he turned a king, you know. So I like our bet on the river there. So king checks back this flop, and then the king hits. I don't really want to bet out the 8 on a turn king. I think he's going to have a lot of kings in his range. We're not going to fold to one bet though. It's definitely could be stabbing every once in a while. Once we've checked to him twice, so we're going to call here, and then we're just going to decide on the river. He checks, so we should win, and we do. Hopefully, you guys can see the difference there of why we didn't bet, and versus why we did call. Both times we're putting money in the pot. And we're going to bet again here. Pocket queens for value. 10 on the river. Not a great card. Probably get away with value betting here still because now you're going to get called by pocket nines and 8x and stuff like that because it just makes it less likely that we have a 10. And he did snap check to us, so he's probably giving up a lot of the time. Um, but I think I'll just check here. Here, did have an 8. I don't know. That's probably a hand where we should be value betting that river, but he does have a lot of tens in his range as well. So maybe it's close. Yeah, I think it's a little more close. I think people are scared a lot of the time to miss out on value. So if he did check call a 10 and then hit it trips on the river and he donks out, he's more likely to have the 10 um, that way. And pop up the jacks. Yeah, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the video. If you are, please leave comments down below. It helps get more views. Really helps us work towards our goals, getting this channel monetized. Uh, leave a like and comment if you like the new quality of videos, better webcams, better audio, all that stuff. Well, uh, that's awesome. So yeah, I really appreciate anything you guys can do. Comments and subscriptions and all that stuff really helps. So we appreciate it for sure. A7 suited here. Good spot for a squeeze. Ace 10 suited. We're going to raise that up. Interesting flop. We do hit our pair and a backdoor flush draw. I think. Gotta stop rabbit hunting. So I think we'll check here. He checks as well. Again. So now he's double checked us. You probably have the best hand most of the time. I'm gonna bet small because I think we can get called by an ace jack and an ace king every once in a while. Uh, or like a flush draw or like a 10 jack or something like that. And I think now we're just done with the hand. I don't think he's going to bluff much here at all. I think he could definitely have suited connectors and stuff, or just quads. Nice answer. And pocket tens up here. So yeah, we're still obviously working on improving our videos, getting better thumbnails and all that kind of stuff. So anything, that you guys would like to see different or adjustments to the video, again, just leave a comment. That's awesome. We appreciate it for sure. Um, Working on improving everything here. So ace queen suited, we're just calling this always randomly four betting, but most of the time ace queen suited is just a call. And we're gonna check the side. So he checks back. So he pretty much, I would say, never has a king, or at least not very often. We're gonna three bet pot when he's in position. So I think we're gonna bet, and I think we're gonna bet again on the river. If he raises us, then we'll decide. Because I don't really know what he would check back and then re-raise us with, except for maybe King 10 and maybe pocket kings. Pocket tens are going to bet always because they want value out of a king. And here we're going to be betting this board a lot, so we're just going to fire a small barrel here with our gut shot. So I think we're going to end the video here shortly. Check it out, and hopefully it does a little bit better than our last few videos have. The channel started out pretty strong, but it's definitely been lacking in viewership lately. So hopefully the increased quality will help with that. Um, and we'll kind of just go from there. Queen nine off against an under the gun open. I'll still defend, not overly happy about it. Great. Ace king suited. Yeah, we're just gonna call here and see what happens. Great. We're flipping with fours. See if he'll run it twice. Yeah, he's all for it. Let's get an ace in the window. King will help. Another king's good. Queen's good. Now let's put an ace up. Oh, but not a four, too. All right, chop it up. Exactly how it should run out, technically. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Make sure you tune into the next one. Check out our previous videos if you want to get caught up on the bankroll challenge. A lot of people have been asking for like a session chart, so we're going to try to figure out how to do that, where we can input what we started with and have it track throughout the session, if that's something that's possible. Our wins and losses and everything, because I think that'd be pretty cool to see and to have in the videos where there's just a live tracker uh, of the session itself. So see how that goes. Um, but anyways, appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you guys on the next video.